Honorable Men Discord, preseason week 3. Shilo Sanders ejected from the game against the Bills, and Buccaneers decided to waive him also. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you can, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and by all means, join the conversation in the comment section. So, Shilo Sanders was ejected from a game against the Bills for foul play. They say he punched the player, which is a perfect example of the media, some media, over what's the right word to say? Media just playing with words. It was not a punch. It was a slap across the helmet. There's plenty of footage out there for you to watch on your own, but I'm also going to play the footage. But the video that I have queued up right now, it shows that throughout that game, and I did not watch the game in real time, throughout the game, there were some heated moments. He received a flag for grabbing a player from the Bills by the helmet, which is a complete no. It's a no-go for the NFL. You can't make contact with a person's helmet, even when you're tackling, but especially when you're trying to bring the player down, you can grab them by the helmet. So he received a flag for that, and then, of course, the incident towards the end. What a lot of people are not showing you when they talk about he punched the player is the fact that the play was already over, and he and the player got into a shoving match. So much so that the player from the Bills, who you'll see shortly, shoved him all the way back to the red zone, right? And Shilo did what he did. I'm not saying that he was supposed to go across the player's helmet with his hands, but it was a setup. I feel like it was a setup, but at the end of the day, you got to learn how to control your emotions. But let's get into this footage, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so I took out the music, so there's no audio in the background. So you see there was a flag thrown. But there's definitely... All right, so on this play, he reaches, he grabs him by the helmet. That play could have been severely injured when you go for his helmet. Then, one thing I have to note, and I had to stop it at this point. It seems as though Shilo has a temper, right? And both brothers, Shilo and Shedeur, they're on thin ice in the NFL. And not to say that they're not good players, I want to say Shedeur is more talented than Shilo. If I'm wrong, forgive me. Those that have been following both brothers, let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. But two different positions, obviously. But the thing about it is, with all the hoopla, and I know we're talking football, not basketball, but with all the rave and media attention from both brothers, particularly Shedeur, being that their last name is Sanders, you would think that they know that they have to play things by the book and be very careful, particularly in the preseason when it's not guaranteed you're going to be on the roster, the official roster. Unfortunately for not Shedeur, unfortunately for Shilo, he couldn't get a control of his emotions. But let's continue. So his teammate was trying to get him to calm down, and he pushed him away. Now this incident right here, this is the one that got him ejected. Now, I want you to understand that when the shoving started whilst the play was still in motion, but long after the play finished, look how much shoving is going on with Davison, number 84. But they only decide to throw the flag when Shedeur went across his helmet with an open palm. It was not a punch. So anywhere that you're seeing reporting a punch, it was not a punch. But that's not the point. The point is, why wasn't the flag thrown when he was able to get him all the way to the very end? Now, I don't know if Davison received a penalty also. Again, I did not watch this game in real time, but It takes two in this situation. So I'm not saying Sanders is off the hook, but neither is Davison. Let me look at this again. Shoving, shoving, shoving. Not to mention, now, for those of you that are football enthusiasts, please explain to me how the referee didn't try to stop this long before, and he was right near them. Look at this. Hold on, we're going to bring it back. Okay. Shoving, shoving, shoving. The referee didn't get involved until the very end. You can see him blowing the whistle. Coach is pissed off. Let's go on to the next clip. So this clip is just this is of Shador exiting the field after the incident, and it's open palm. It was not a punch. No one's gonna punch a hard helmet. At least anyone with common sense wouldn't make a fist at a hard helmet.
He's right there. He doesn't see you.
Where's Anthony?
He's in the end zone. You see, we're having like. He's right there.
All right. I'm gonna close with this young man. His channel is the Turnover Podcast, so I'm gonna give him his credit, and he said it perfectly.
I feel so bad for Shilo because you know they were looking for any reason to waive him. He probably wasn't going to make the team. This was the perfect reason to cut him. I'm so mad he fell for the bait. I'm so mad he fell for the bait. And just look at number 84. Ooh, he planned it perfect. Shilo Sanders, please, you next. They looking for any reason to cut y'all out of the league. They saying you still number 4 on the depth chart. Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel over you. Last night did not help you at all. Please be careful. I hope Shilo get picked off the waivers. But damn, I feel so bad.
Shador knows what's at stake. Shador knows what's at stake. Even after his performance, his poor performance, which I want to say Ocho Cinco and Ocho Cinco's defending him along with Unk. They're defending him. They feel like, you know, the offensive line didn't help in his situation with his performance. But Shilo, you know, the likelihood of him getting picked up after something like this, after his display of his emotions, his teammate couldn't get him in check. His teammate was trying to, grab him and say, listen, chill out. He was so hot-headed, he couldn't get control of him. He couldn't get control of himself, which got him waived off the team, which is exactly what most people want to do. They want to shut down that whole Sanders legacy, but you get these opportunities and you squander it. Do I think it's right that they waived him just like that? No, I think, but again, this is preseason. You know what's at stake. I'm pretty sure they sit all the players down that are not guaranteed a position and let them know, listen, every time you show up, you have to show out because your position is not promised. So it's not like these guys don't know what's at stake. It's not like they don't know what's at stake. So he couldn't get control of himself. He couldn't get control of himself. So there's nothing I can say about that. He pretty much made a poor decision. Unfortunately, he's waived. Will he get picked up? Who knows? I don't know how well of a player he is. So there's no telling. And after a display like this, I don't think a team's going to want to deal with him. But what's left now is to see if Shador could redeem himself from that last game performance. But that's all I have on this. What's your thoughts on this? Do you think it was fair that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers decided to let him go? Do you think it was justified? Do you think it was a setup? Or do you think it's just a case of a player not being able to control themselves? What's your thoughts? But that's all I have on this episode. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay honorable.